There you go. How does that sound? This is what actually happened to me. Was yesterday last time I streamed? And okay. All right. So now that I got, I'll start over here. So now that I got those mic problems figured out, up on the fourth floor downtown Eugene is apparently definitely a Wednesday. Downtown Eugene is apparently a hotspot for country music. At least my mic thinks it is. So today I'm going to be going over producing a snip for Tech Snips. So if you've watched my streams before, you know that I am a contributor to Tech Snips, and actually recently was just given some more responsibility with Tech Snips. So I kind of manage the content there as well. But I am producing a snip we're going over PowerShell jobs. So I wanted to just kind of stream what I'm working on here. If you guys want to jump in with any questions, any comments, any recommendations, I know a lot of times I'll miss something really obvious. Someone will make a really simple comment in the chat, and it's a good feeling to know that you've got people watching out for you, right? Okay. Anyway, so I still remember the first time that I discovered background jobs. It was one of those why hasn't this always been in PowerShell moments kind of thing, kind of like classes. And let me turn off notifications there. Oh, thank you for the follow. Kind of like classes in PowerShell is kind of something that should have always been there. One of the I just got to turn off. I'm going to turn off my notifications here. I think I can do that just by closing. Oh, close Outlook. There we go. Okay. So one of the things I was spent some time thinking about the best way to kind of demonstrate PowerShell jobs. I don't have a big environment to demonstrate running a script against 100 computers or something. That's the big use case that I've had for PowerShell jobs, and the big wins that I've been able to do. Like, let's say you need to update a config file on 100 different computers. Yeah, you could do a pipe it to a for each loop after you do a get 80 computer. That just takes forever. So what I've got here is I've got a CSV file that I got from, here's a website, moz.com/top500. This is the top 500 websites by, I think it's by traffic. Here, let me show you. So here's what I've got. The top 500 registered domains by the number of linking root domains. Okay, so there we go. That's how they calculated that. So what I wanted to do is to run through that and do a test ping to see if ICMP is enabled on each of these, and just kind of and use that as a demonstration for how background jobs works. So here, if we look at just the first entry, and let me bring this up a little bit here. So first entry is Facebook. Well, big surprise there. But what we specifically want to be looking at is the URL for each of these. So if we look at the URL, and then of course we'll have to, it has a slash in it. Do they all have slashes in it? Whoops, let's find out. They all have slashes in them. Okay, well that's easy to fix. Okay, so then what we will do is, let's see. So if we were to, this should look really familiar for anyone that's done PowerShell. So piping it to a for each loop, we can do test connection dot URL dot replace, and that was a /, single quotes there. Place that with nothing. Count 1. Quiet, and we could, of course, run this and oops, still get notifications. But he's not very good at marketing. Okay, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. I'm getting accused of not being very good at marketing. So part of Tech Snips, we've got a. I'm actually posting it right now. So we have a Slack channel that we all talk to each other, all the contributors. And I forgot to tell everyone that I was going to be streaming so they could watch. All right, so now I've done that because Adam remembered to do that. Let's see, type for URLs that would be good for us. Boom Doctor, are you talking like an object type, or what do you mean there? I wonder if there's a type for URLs that would be good for us, or maybe a certain set of URLs that would be kind of more PowerShell specific. So you can see here that this has actually gone through and it's testing the connection one by one. It's kind of slow. It does the job. Here we could. Let's actually. I want to do something where we can actually measure. Oh, I meant to select object there. Let's see. Let's do first. We'll do first 50. I think that's a reasonable amount to be able to. Oh, it's the ones that. It's all the ones that have ICMP disabled that take forever. Cast its URL. Oh, you know, I'm not actually familiar with the URL property, or type anyway. Could we do that? Yeah, I don't know if there is a type that would work for that specifically. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool if there was, and you know, there may be, there might be something in .NET, but that would be pretty sweet. Then we wouldn't have to do this little bugger right there. But it's not. I mean, it's not terrible. It's something we can live with at the very least. Okay, so what I want to do, so we're gonna do select first. I'm gonna make that a little lower because I don't want to have to sit here and wait. And then we can do it a measure object. Oh wait, no. Oh crap! How do you measure time? Is it a measure object? Well, I'm Okay, does someone listening remember what the measure command, that's what it is, right? Yes, okay, perfect, okay. Okay, so measure command, we get the first 20, let's run this, because I wanna get a baseline for how long this takes. And maybe 20 was a little bit too much. Depends on how patient I'm feeling today. I guess I'm feeling 20 URLs patient. There we go. So what, 12.5 seconds? I guess that's not bad. So then of course we did that with background jobs. It's gonna get a little more complicated. It's gonna be a little more code. So if we wanted to say top 50 websites, and then select object first. What do we do, 20? Yeah, first 20. And so we'd still need to do a for each. And I've got these, I'm using, pipeline. I typically prefer typing out a for each instead of a for each object, but we're using the pipeline today, apparently. So we're gonna do start, job, name. We'll just use the URL as the name, just to keep it simple. Script block. Let's see, what are we gonna do in the script block? Test, connection, URL to replace, count, 1, quiet. Okay, and then of course we want a, let's see, well, get job. Actually, so we want to say while. Let's see, get job. Let's just do a get job real quick. Sorry, it's been a little bit. I always forget the syntax for some of this stuff. Okay, so let's just start one first. I think it's a has more data is the property we want to look for. So while they're so I want to have a while loop to to say, while there are jobs that have more data, to wait and then receive them all at once, or we can just receive job. Facebook script block. Disconnection. I guess probably don't actually have to type this all out, but too late, I did. Okay, so has more data equals true. So I want to say while, well, hold on a second. I think I actually have a script that I did a while back that actually does this very thing instead of making this up as we go. Let me pull this up here. Okay. So while get job, oh yeah, I just piped it to where object. Oh my goodness. Where object dot has more data equal, or we just leave it when we say equals true. Dot count. So that count is greater than or equal to 1. We'll say. Did I miss? Oh, it fixed that there. And then so here we want to say get job, start, sleep. I'm always really paranoid about while loops. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to run a test here with this one. So I start all the jobs. Actually, it took a while to start the jobs. Or no, it just so we got some running. Oh, actually, so get job, receive job. I almost forgot about receive job. I before E, except after C. Okay, that looks good. See, get job, receive job. I'm also going to, I don't like that out. Well, no. We'll save that output from start job. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. Cannot call a method on a null value expression. Oh, trying to control C out of here and it's not doing anything. I almost forgot we want to do a get job, remove job. To actually clear out what we were working on. So now, if we try to ping the top 20, we should get these running. Okay, so I wonder if where object has, I wonder if that's just not coming up with a count. So what we can do, so get job, where object, or say running, where running, maybe that'll make a difference here. Oh, we got none. That doesn't sound right. Oh, state equals running. Okay, so let's get all those. Oh wait, but these have more data. Okay, we're gonna go back to has more data because we want to receive that data. Okay, we don't have any jobs. Let's go ahead and run this. So has more data equals true. Oh my goodness, cannot call a value on a null value. Call method on null value. Where object. You know what we can do? I think we can just dump this dot count, because if this returns data, yeah, this should work. Because true, if it comes back with data, that is just true. So let's run this again. So there we go. We got our top 20. Oh my goodness. Okay, so obviously invoke method on null, but it's not saying you tell me where it is. Okay, so let me try getting this saved so we can actually do some better debugging. Okay, nope, still not giving me a line number. If test connection. Oh, okay. It's because dollar underscore isn't. Yeah, I forgot argument list. Oh. So with this script block, we can actually have a param. And of course, I knew this. I just obviously forgot about it. Trying to jump right into getting this to work. Okay. Okay, so param URL, where URL dot replace. Okay, so this should actually, well, except, oh, so, okay. Okay, so I see where this route output, that's from the received job here, since there was an error inside the job when the job ran, it returned an error, and so received job actually received that error. So of course we had more time, we could actually build in some error handling. So let's run this again here with just all of these guys. So true, false, false. Okay, so we got them all working. And so now if we were to, whoa, my goodness. Let's do a measure command here. So with 20 of them, I can't imagine that it's more than marginally faster. But in fact, 4 seconds faster. So what I'm curious to see if we bump this up to 50, do I want to wait potentially 30 seconds? That's a long part of my life. Okay, so I'm gonna change that count to 50 there, because I want to kind of see, 4 seconds out of 12. I mean, that's what, a third. So it's a third faster by Boolean, but it's that that's going to get significantly faster with a larger number of objects. So 22.7 without the jobs, and with the jobs, hopefully it's, well, I can sit here and speculate all day long. It doesn't mean it'll actually be correct. Oh, I feel like this is, it's actually taking longer, maybe? Or am I just impatient? Oh my goodness, did I? I bet you it's the while loop. Okay, so we're gonna stop this. Maybe. We're gonna try to stop this. Okay, well, we are actually going to maybe have to trash this. Okay, we'll do that. All right, so let's get this reloaded here. Okay, so we're gonna do the first 50 again with the jobs. So without the jobs, it was what, 22 and a half seconds. 22.7, something like that. Well. Okay, so something has obviously been screwed up here by me. So let's skip the measure command and just make sure this is actually what? What the heck? Okay, I obviously don't know what's going on. Let's get job, remove job. Get to top first for each, start job name, script block. Oh, does top 500 websites, did I? Oh, yeah, I need to re-import that. So all the trues are coming back very quickly. And are we really going to get caught hanging here for the falses? I did say count one quiet. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, why? I wonder. Okay, so let's. I'm gonna skip the while loop there, and just have it kick the jobs off. Because I want to see if I can figure out why this is. Can we not do more than a certain amount of jobs at the same time? So we did the first 50. So the 50th one would be CNN. Okay, so it did actually start CNN, but we're not getting returned to the console. Let's see how badly that's chugging along. Oh, Chrome's doing. Oh, you know what? Let me get Chrome. I think I actually have my I have my stream pulled up in Chrome, and I'm watching it as I'm doing this. Okay, let me turn that off. Okay. So Visual Studio Code not doing a lot. Okay, so why is it? Wow. So let's try this in the actual PowerShell console here. Let's see. No, we're not ready to start right now. Oh, whoops. So maybe the integrated client, integrated PowerShell doesn't like jobs so well. All right. So that actually worked. And then we should be able to Chrome's still doing a freaking lot. What is going on? Oh, it's because I got the dashboard pulled up and it's got my stream in it. Okay, we're gonna go and just close that. Okay. Okay, at least here we can Control C out of here. So we still got a bunch of them running. Okay, this is a little, I did not expect this. So it's taking a lot longer. So maybe this isn't a good demo for for doing jobs. Well. State equals running. So I'm going to see what the count is for running. So we have 42. Of course we have 42. Okay, and you know what? I am going to just, oh, now it's going to update. Okay. We're going to try relaunching it. Apparently we're having some technical difficulties today. I will come back and read that another time. Okay, PowerShell jobs. Okay, we're doing a lot of the same stuff over and over. Okay, so I'm just gonna hope this is gonna work. Well, that's good. We got one true at least. Wow. Okay. What is happening? Actually, I don't need administrator PowerShell. I'm running this in the dedicated PowerShell session. We got 6 of them to run this time. And if we run something by itself, it works just fine. So maybe... Wow. My computer must be broken, apparently. Or I have... Let's try. I'm gonna try another simpler one. Let's just do IQV config. We'll keep it simple. Okay, so we'll do 1.51 for each desk connection. $192.168.1 $sign underscore. And that's going to, of course, take a long time. I don't know that I have ICMP enabled on anything. That seems to be working just fine. All right, we got this. Oops, got our console back in VS Code. Completed. Wow, that took a freaking long time, though. You know, I wonder if that's maybe doing ping test isn't such a good thing with PowerShell jobs. So let's hazard data. So we did get 2 of them received. Get jobs. So if we say where has more data equals true received job. Okay, so I did all of them. But man, that took a long time. So I bet if we did that measure command there, that would have been something like 4 or 5 minutes. Well, that kind of shot down the idea I had for doing this snip and using using URLs as a test. I do want to try something. I'm going to try running this. Because most of these should finish up almost instantaneously because ICMP is enabled. Running where state equals running. Get to 44 again. All right, this is getting... Okay, so we're going to try something a little different. Just not sure what yet. You know what? I think I'm actually going to do this instead of. We're going to do this. Oh, whoops. Okay, so I'm going to try the. There's another job module that I've found has worked better in the past, but apparently if it actually works, will be better than nothing. Nothing. Okay, so oh, it's RS job, not RS jobs. That's what's going on. Okay. No, it is not. Let's see. Sorry, I'll actually bring this over here. I'm looking at the RS jobs here, and we're just gonna have to install module. Oh, posh RS job. Okay, there we go. I was hoping it was in the PowerShell gallery, and it looks like I was correct. All right, so with posh RS jobs, instead of start job, it's actually just start RS job. So we're gonna rewrite this here to use RS job. So maybe we'll have to do the demo on RS jobs instead of normal jobs. Okay, so let's get this in here, and let's see RS job. So the RS jobs returns all the same data as PS jobs, but you see it's actually a lot freaking faster. No, that can't be done. Has more data. False. All right, so the ones that return false didn't actually return any data. So maybe what we need to do is return a PS custom object. URL equals. All right, so let's give this a try. We're gonna remove all our jobs and that didn't actually. Completed has more data equals false. Okay. So we got one running. These actually aren't returning anything. Let me look at what I've done before. Didn't actually return any data. Okay. So false isn't actually coming back as anything. So let's actually, I'm gonna go back to a PS custom object here. Let's see. So we'll actually just go URL equals URL. Pingable. We'll keep it fun here. Equals. All right, and we'll clear out our jobs from before and run through this. Really? $50. Okay, this isn't doing quite what I expected it to do. Probably got still running jobs. There we go. Get RS job. Okay, we got nothing. What? I'm expecting this to actually have more data. What the heck? Okay, this is getting into really boring territory, as in why this isn't actually doing anything. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna try just going back here to what we had that did actually give us something besides the false data. Is there, what the heck? Okay, hold on a second. We actually got stuff from before. Okay, so I'd be willing to bet we're just not waiting enough time then. Okay, so let's clear out all of the jobs. Oh, say hello to my neighbor's dog. It's running, so get RS job. Okay, so what we need to do here, so while has more data or get RS job where object let's see, underscore dot running. Okay, so I think this is going to fix this. So if there are any running or if there are any with more data, either of those will keep this looping, waiting to receive jobs. Okay. So we're going to clear that out and run this one again. No, it did not. Get RS job. They're all completed. Okay, what am I doing here? We're getting our data. We're just not receiving it the way I expected to. Okay, so where object has more data or where object underscore dot running. Let's try something. Remove all these jobs out of here and run this segment again. Get RS job. We got one running, but we don't have any that show as having more data. I wonder why. Because that's what should be happening is when it actually is outputting data here, it should be setting the has more data to true, and it's not for some reason. So maybe so this is, let's see. But you will notice this is actually going a lot faster than even the PS jobs were, which is a good thing, I suppose. But if it isn't actually working, let's see, ping up all equals, test connection, count one quiet. Okay, I'm going to pull up some of the scripts I've done with this in the past. Let's see, for each job in. Where state equals running or hazard data. Well, that would actually, I was gonna say we'll refer back to the count parameter there, but that's actually not going to do anything because these are all false. I guess the next thing I would do is say, let's see, nope, that's not a known issue. We might be having terminal problems. Let's find out. Do I still have, there we go. All right. I'm trying this into just a vanilla PowerShell window here. So we should be able to see, is they're all false. Has more data is always false. Okay. Maybe I am not using this properly. Let's see. Nope, he's just returned a PS custom object. Start RS job. Wait, I guess we could, oh yeah, we could just do a wait RS job. That was brilliant. Let's try that. Okay, so we're gonna do, so we got a for each object. Yes, wait RS job. Way to read the documentation. Let's see, so we wanna do wait receive RS job. Oh, did that actually run? No, it did not. It did. Oh, wait a second. But we got nothing. Oh, because we haven't, I didn't re-import top websites. All right, so now, since we're already using the pipeline, we'll stick to the pipeline, which is where we'll just pipe it to wait. Okay. I was trying to make it too complicated, when in reality, the pipeline really does make everyone's lives easier. Okay, so now that we've got RS jobs loaded, I wonder, you know, so I'm streaming with the intention of producing a demo for TechSnips, and the reason I mention that is because I'm using a different module other than the PS jobs. So I got to decide if that's appropriate or not. But in this case, I'm going to say that it is, because RS jobs is better than PS jobs, in my opinion. And I don't see anyone that's on the stream that actually cares to argue that. So we're going to keep moving forward. So we'll go back to, so we measure this at, we'll find out. We'll just measure it again. I think it was 20 something. So I'm going to measure this one as well. Oops. So while it's running that measurements, get the other one ready to measure. So and we're just selecting the top 50, or excuse me, the first 50 websites out of the top 500. All right, so they got 26. That's a little slower than I remember. But here we're gonna measure, excuse me, using RS jobs. 5. Now that is more like what I expected. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this. That's just making things complicated, and they don't need to be complicated. Nothing ever needs to be complicated. Well, that's not necessarily true, but all right. So I got my notes here. So start, get, receive, remove. Okay, so to structure this demo, I'm gonna start with. So I'm gonna save this actually what I just went over for. Let's see, region. Speed comparison. All right. So I'm actually going to have this be the end of the little demo there that I go over for this snip. So first of all, let's see the title. For those of you that have seen this before, this is just the Trello board we use for snips. So haven't put it. So this is really poor etiquette on my part. I shouldn't ever be recording something before putting a description in it. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put the description in it, get it approved, and then we'll get it moved over. So introduction to PowerShell background jobs. So we need to get over, let's see, starting jobs. Let's see, end region. Okay, so Starting jobs. Looking at job. Well, so typically I'll usually structure these with a section for each of the types of commandlets that I'm going over. So for instance, well, I guess for instance here I could have a start RS job section, a get RS job section, and a receive RS job section, and then of course a remove. But that may not be appropriate in this case. Well, let's get started and see how this goes. So starting a job is really as simple as just running start RS job and giving it a name, and of course, let's see, my first job, script block, and if this is really your first job, probably pays minimum wage. My first one did pay less than whatever minimum wage is now. So young folks are lucky these days, right? I guess I'm not that old. So script block here. We're just gonna do something really simple. Write host, hello world. We're gonna be really traditional here with our programming. And then if we start the job, we see the output has more data is false. That's got to be wrong. Has more data should. I'm almost positive that's not right. But they don't have too much documentation. Here's what we'll do. So if we run just a job, you notice how long it took, but it does have more data. So then the question is an RS job, is that ready? Oh, crap. Okay, here's what I want to do. I'm going to take this, I'm really wobbling back and forth here. Going back to what we were doing with the top 500 websites, I'm going to switch that back from the RS jobs to the normal jobs and see if this actually works the way I expect it to, because maybe, just maybe, the better thing to do is to stick with normal jobs. And then I just had a brilliant idea. Sorry, hit the microphone. So we would have a snip on normal jobs, and then we would have a snip on when you get tired of waiting for your normal jobs. Welcome to RS jobs. Okay, but this is. Maybe I was a little optimistic with testing at 50. We'll do 20. We'll do 20. Okay, so while we wait for that, we can get rolling here. So we got start job, or like a lot. Let's see, for each object. Oh, IntelliSense doesn't work while it's running. Name. So I also want to have a. Sorry, I'm getting focused on writing here. So we start the jobs, and then I want to have a demonstration using the pipeline. Because what's the point of running one line of just start job? You're always going to have multiple objects that you want to run background jobs against, right? So here we go from the pipeline. So 1 to 10, we're going to name it the name of the number coming down the pipeline. Script block. This doesn't work, so we're still waiting on those 50 jobs. Script block. Right. Host. Or say hello world from. Oh, we need to have an argument list. Oh, and here's where maybe we will actually splat this instead of. We'll find out here. So right host from. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that finally came through. That took a while. I feel like that did take more than the 20-some seconds that the normal for each loop. Anyway, we'll get back to that. So I think we can say, whoops. first, put this in double quotes. I believe it's the args if we don't specify a parameter block. What? Did that start my jobs? The command cannot remove the job. Java D10 job is not finished. Okay, we're just gonna forcibly remove them. Okay, 1, 10. Okay, so for each of those, I'm gonna start a job. Oh my goodness. For each. Okay, that's kind of strange. Okay, so that's what I thought. So we are doing start. Wow. My phone's blowing up. Oh, nothing exciting. Let's see. Oh. What I did is I accidentally did not. Bam, that is why. Okay. All right, so there we go. So then we can get job. Okay, so all right, so this is a good opportunity for doing these 10 jobs to actually demonstrate get job and receive job. Hello world from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So then as a part of the demo, I'll say get job and then get job receive job without forgetting the pipeline. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna shy away from RS jobs for now. Starting a single job. Starting mini jobs. I'm just commenting out this out so I know. This kind of gives me notes as I do record. Because remember, we are producing a snip here. So let's see. Looking at current jobs as if we don't have one already. And of course, receiving jobs. Man, there's a lot of puns here with these jobs. All right, so receiving jobs using the receive job, and then of course, once we're done with them, we want to remove jobs. So get job, remove job, and then of course this would also, we could also make this a little more complicated and say, well, I'll mention that when I do the recording, where get job, where object state does not equal running. Remove. And here I am, I'm saying I'll just mention it and then I'm actually going to type it out. Oh, well actually only completed. If I'm really going to do only completed, we're going to say completed. So get job. Let's see, completed. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Okay. Okay, so this is an introduction to background jobs. So we're going to run through starting a job, starting mini jobs, looking at current jobs, receiving jobs. And that, of course, would be, we already received our jobs. Actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say first 5. And I'm also going to say receiving jobs into a variable and say received jobs equals. So there's 10 of them. So if I say first 5 again, except I'm going to actually, we're going to dump that section, receive job, and then we're going to say received jobs. Perfect. Okay, that'd be sweet actually. Let's run these start jobs again. We look at them, there we are, like first 5, receive job. Oop, did that just, what? Oh, get job, remove job. All right. I was only looking at the first 5. Okay, so first 5, boom. And of course we can assign it to a variable. Wait a second. That didn't quite happen like I thought it was going to. Is there a pass-through? Pipeline variable, keep. Oh. It is because I am doing a write host. And if I just did, I believe, oh, actually I want to remove. So write host, of course, doesn't assign to variable. Should know that. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's why. Okay, so it's actually returning a string now, so I can assign it to a variable. Okay, sweet. So then remove jobs, get job, remove only completed jobs. Okay. Bam. Okay, so let's see. Getting started. Let's see. Oops. Okay, so there we went over. I actually went over start, get, receive, and remove. So do we want to make it a really simple snip? I don't think so. So I am going to turn this. I'm actually going to use this as an example here. First of all, let's see, top 500 websites. I think this is a good one to use. So we're going to say test connection for all of them. True, until it gets to one of them that's not true, and then it's false. All right, actually, and then, all right, so we're gonna measure that command again. I'll kind of get back into what I was doing before, but this time we're only using 20. So you notice here that I'm selecting the first 20 to try not to break the job framework. All right, so 12.24 seconds. And then doing that same thing with normal jobs. I'm getting away from RS jobs here. So first 20, start job. But in this case, actually, I'm going to get rid of this argument list. I'm going to get rid of this param block. That's kind of an advanced usage of jobs. Text connection, args, 0.replace. Okay. So it's 12.241 on the first one. We'll see what it is on the second one. And then, of course, what I want to do is say top 5. I want to demonstrate when I record this what each of these looks like. Okay, so maybe so PS jobs obviously is not actually faster. It is simply a background job. 41 seconds. Okay, so maybe we're not going to do the measure command as an example here. If we were doing this in RS jobs, this of course would be significantly faster. So first, let's remove those, and then run this. And what are we going to get? We're doing 19 seconds, and before it was due to lack of resources. Okay, so maybe that's really what's going on. We're not able to do a lot of pinging. Okay, so maybe I need to simmer down here on the amount of ping that I'm doing. Okay, so let's see if we've got any jobs out. No, we do not. We have a couple of errors. Get our job, remove. Okay, so let's try that again. And then while we're waiting for it, I remember about this. Okay, 19 seconds again. Did we get any errors that time? We did. Error due to lack of resources. So let's try. I'm going to try restarting the terminal here again. Oh, I dumped the measure command there, unfortunately. But it looks like it's going to take about the same amount of time. Interesting. Oh. All right. I screwed up. Count one. Quiet. All right. That's what was going on. Measure command. That should be significantly faster while we wait for that to run. Okay, 5 seconds, yeah. Okay, so we did count one quiet. All right, so, and then if we did this with normal jobs, was it 40 seconds before? Oh. I'm just clearing up the jobs from before, and once we get these jobs cleared out, all right. So I think what we're going to end up doing is, instead of focusing on the speed benefit of using jobs, because it looks like the built-in jobs aren't actually faster, they're just in the background. So I think what we're actually going to do here is to, instead of, is to kind of put in the, it's kind of focus on being able to put it in the background. So I'm not gonna get into. So I think what I'll do is I am not gonna do this wait job, receive job as a demo here. Let's see, we're just gonna run it all and then do some get jobs. Because that's taking a long time. 54 seconds. Okay, so it's, yeah, it's just in the background. All right, so what we've learned here is that the PS jobs is just a background thing. But if you want to speed, check out RS jobs. Okay, so for this demo, I will select the first 20. So we're just going to, we'll run through it like this. And then we'll be able to get jobs completed, got a lot of them completed. What? That worked out faster than I expected. That's all of them too. Okay, well, that's what I get. Okay, so the PS jobs here, we've got that working out. So review running jobs, receive jobs, and so one thing I want to focus on here is get jobs where object has more data equals true, receive job. So we gotta bounce back and forth between these two. And then I guess the last thing that I'll touch on that I whenever writing scripts around building jobs is to create usable return data And this is where, if you were watching the whole stream, I built a custom object while I was doing some testing to start out with. And so here, here we're going to say URL equals args 0. Ping equals oh, whoops. Nope. I obviously don't know how to copy paste. Test connection. All right. And then here, of course, we'll do the same thing. Okay. And of course, want to remove jobs. So we're going to do the same remove jobs. Move jobs from before. Oh, of course, I could have just typed that out instead of looking for it to copy paste it. But sometimes I'm a little lazy. All right, so we're going to remove all our current jobs in here, and we're going to run through and get all these running, and we're going to look at the jobs. So it looks like these run a lot faster than they were before when I was using wait job. So maybe it's just that pipeline that's killing us. I don't know. All right, so there we go. Oh, did I skip any? Okay. And actually what I will do is receive jobs equals, and then if we missed any, whoops, I'm actually going to create that as an array so that we can actually add it to it. Plus equals, whoops. All right, there we go. Okay, so here is what we're going to be running through, or excuse me, what I'm going to be running through doing this demo, because as I mentioned, start, get, receive, remove, and then those are all RS. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be recording this as a demo for TechSnips. So this last thing I'm going to be running through is just making sure everything works. So let's see, start job. Oh, get job. You notice the ID there is 131. 130. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to do is when I actually record this as a demonstration is to start a new terminal, because I'd rather that start an index of 1. And is it coming back up? Is it coming back up? Okay. Let's see. Yes, I knew. Okay, start. There we go. So we got an index of 1 this time. And then if we want to look at that job. Oh, I actually forgot. I forgot a section here under this first. We want to get job. So we can see that it actually gonna add in another section here for get job, piping it to receive job. And bam. So there we go. We got the hello world. And since that's an output from right host, we can't actually assign it to a variable. And so actually here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a little more readable. So we're going to do this little shindig here. All right, so 1.10. We're going to start those jobs. And then if we look at them, we can just run get job, of course, and then receive job. So I'm demonstrating here with the first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you notice here I've only received 4 jobs. It's because that first job was this first one that I created. Let's see. And then, so we'll assign, instead of removing them, there we go. I was just delayed there. And of course, assigning it to a variable. Did I actually remove them? I didn't think so. All right, has more data equals false. Select object. Okay, let's try that again. You get jobs, so they all 10 have more data. So get jobs, select object first 5, so 1 to 5, that's what I expected. Receive jobs equals get job pipe to receive job, and there we go. Okay, so then now it's actually assigned to that variable as a good demonstration. And then of course we're going to remove them, or if we only wanted to be careful to remove completed jobs, of course pipe it to the where object commandlet. All right, and then speed comparison. Whoa, I'm actually going to rename that real world example. So we got our top 500 websites from that CSV file, and of course demonstrating what that CSV looks like. So here's the first one, for example. You know, maybe I should modify that CSV file to have text snips as number 1. Nah, probably not. Yeah, that's just too. Oh, I don't know. That's I'll ponder that and we'll work on that. All right, and then so demonstrating. So if we wanted to ping this, all of them, run through and actually. Here, let me make this a little bigger here. It actually can take a bit of time. Pulls the console, or sorry, it doesn't pull the console, but requires you to sit and wait for it. I'm gonna try to pump this back up to 50 here for the job section. So if we want to actually run this as jobs, it's gonna run through and add them all in. It's not gonna give me my cursor back if I do 50 of them. I knew that was a little optimistic. Should have done. I should have done just 20 like before. Oh well. Dang it. Okay. 20. Just keep getting screwed here on these jobs. So I wonder if that's pulling a lot of. No, not really. That's kind of frustrating how it keeps doing that. Well, anyway, while it's doing this, I'm going to at least save it. Let's see, added in full demo and real world example. All right, if I save it and do it, commit to GitHub and then push it. Oh, for anyone that hasn't used GitHub before, highly recommend it. So I've got so I'm using VS Code with Git and then pushing this up to my GitHub repo so that I've got it backed up in case something bad happens to this computer. Oop. Good job. Okay, so we're gonna make this 25 because 25 is a better number than 20. Okay, so get jobs. So they want to receive them, of course. Receiving jobs. And then, oh yeah. So I got to remember that for this demo, I'm also running through creating usable return data. So you notice there that was just a bunch of true falses, which one's which, don't know. And so here's where I'm actually returning a PS custom object where I've got specifying the URL equals and the ping equals. I'll bump this back up to 25. I don't know, I'm just obsessed with doing more than 20. So if we do this, okay, it does drop us right back to the prompt. And so then we can, of course, look at has more data equals true. So there's only one of them still running. So that actually does run very quickly. And so then we're going to declare our array, receive all of our jobs, New received jobs dot count 25. And then if we miss any, we can just do a plus equals. All right, cool. So there we go. So anyway, any of you guys that have been watching the stream, thanks for hanging out. I've just been talking to myself most of the time. But yeah, if you want to see the final recording for this, it'll be up on TechSnips once it gets published. That's going to be techsnips.io. So I discovered that I have problems with the stream and the recording if I try to do both at the same time. So as I go through and actually record this demo, I'm going to stop streaming. So, but hey, check it out on TechSnips when you get a chance. And watch out for any future streams from me. Of course, got to find the end stream button, of course.